Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on GT7. I'm back with the combinations for next week's daily races that I do every week. So if you do enjoy these videos, if they help you out in terms of learning the combinations, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what you think about the possible combinations for next week. Do remember that sometimes the car combos are not always going to be 100% correct. The tracks should be reliable, however sometimes the cars can change based on the groups, or especially daily race A, which is a very difficult race to predict. So let's get into this and go through the combinations that we know about so far. So daily race A, as you can see on screen there, Kyoto Driving Park, the short version, the Miyabi version. I predict it's going to be 8 laps. Tires are sports hard, time to 1 tire, time to 1 fuel, standing start. Now there is apparently tuning on for this one, which makes me think it could be like a pre-tuned car. However, we have had the MX-5 with these settings before in the past. So MX-5 is a possibility. Maybe PD are going to tune the MX-5 down a bit to make it a bit slower. That's why it says tuning on. So it is possible that it is going to be the MX-5 for this combination. Would actually make quite an entertaining combo if it is, because I remember having quite a lot of fun with this in the past. But yes, we're not 100% sure. It could be a road car, it could be a hot hatch, it could even technically be go-karts, although with tuning on, not too sure about that one, and the tyre sports hard, I'm not too sure about that. But let's go into daily race B. We are at Laguna Seca, as you can see on screen now, and I'm predicting this is probably going to be Group 4. So yes, predicted lap 5, because I predict PD will be a little bit generic with this combo. Racing hard tyres again, times 1 as usual, and rolling start. Now I'm going with Group 4 because we've had Group 4 as a daily race C, so it would normally switch to a daily race B because they won't do it 2 weeks in a row as a daily race C. So, and I think the last time we had this Laguna, it was in Group 3 possibly, so they're probably going to go back to Group 4 and run the new BOP there, which will probably be very similar to Brands Hatch. So McGann will be strong, Citroen should be reasonable. Hopefully it'll be on default setups, which I think it will be, fingers crossed. So hopefully no tuning in the races to really get an idea of the BOP at this combo. Probably will be reasonably close on BOP actually at this track. It could be quite an interesting one. But yeah, that's your daily race B. Again, like I say, probably Group 4. Let's move on to daily race C now, and you can see already on the screen we are at Monza, and we are probably going to be in Group 3. This is a little bit harder to predict. You probably can see why on the screen. Predicted laps 10 based on the group, which I'm predicting Group 3. Tyres racing hard, times 1 on both tyres and fuel. It pains me to say that, to be honest with you. A rolling start, and there is a compulsory pit stop in this race, which is just pointless. Again, I'm not a big fan of the pit when you're not going to change tyres, especially with times 1 tyre. At least make it so it's a viable choice where you change tyres. Just seems a bit irrelevant doing a pit stop with them settings. Now there is rumours that some of these settings might be slightly different based on someone else that I've heard, but we'll wait and see on Monday. This is what I've seen so far, times 1, and obviously Monza. So I'm going to go with Group 3. Probably unlikely to be anything other than Group 3, because Group 2 wouldn't really be, they're not really used on hard tyres very often, Group 2, so I doubt it'd be anything like that. It's very likely going to be a Group 3 race, and a bit of a generic one where you're probably testing out the BOP. That'll be the main interesting part of this race, will be the BOP on high speed, with the high speed nature of this track, seeing how the default setups play out in the race. So that could be quite interesting, and that's probably going to be the only really interesting thing about this. It's a shame that there isn't, higher tyre wear ratio, 2 compounds of tyres, and a bit more interesting settings to make it a bit more fun. But that is what we've got. I don't know 100% this is going to be Group 3, but that's what I'm going with as my educated guess, looking at settings and looking at previous weeks that we've had, obviously with this week being at Group 4 at Brands Hatch. So yes, that's your daily races. Now let me know in the comment section what you think of these combos. Are you going to be racing it? Are you going to be leaving it? But either way, I'm sure there'll be some fun races to be had at these combinations next week. So thanks for watching again. I'll see you for more live streams and videos in the future. And yeah, take care everyone.